Did you hear that? I am the boss.
Chef, oui, chef. That means chief, yes, chief. In French, we say that, chef, oui, chef.
Oh God, I can't sleep.
Then it's time for you to come into the Insomnia Hour. Welcome back, my insomniacs. It's Sasha George, your sensuous voice on the airway here on the Insomnia Hour Talk Show. And today we have a special guest, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'm going to let him introduce himself in the proper way of his native tongue. So enchanting. But here is Child Wolf from Faceless Orphans.
Bonjour tout le monde, je m'appelle Jean Landry, je suis l'auteur et chanteur du groupe rock alternatif québécois, soit de l'Abitibi-Témiscamingue, Faceless Orphans.
Wow,
That was nice, eh?
That was beautiful.
I have to say it in English so you understand.
If you're a woman and you got off on that, please contact me.
Well, my first name, well, it's a French name. It's written as the same thing as Jean. So everybody calls me Jean because it's Jean. But my real name in France, they will say Jean.
I was going to say that.
But in Quebec, we don't have the same accent. We say Jean.
I was going to call you Jean-Claude Van Damme, but I was totally wrong off on that one.
Yeah, but everybody like, how do I call you? So sometimes when they have problem, I always say like, when they see the name, they just go like, is it Jean? So I say it's fine. Because Jean in French is John.
Oh, really?
It's John in English, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the French version
so
of John. So everybody at home calls me John or Johnny. When I tell them my real name, my name is Jean, they say, nah, you're kidding me. Everybody calls you like your nickname, Johnny or John or whatsoever, and it's like, no. I show them my driver's license. Look, it's my real name. So
I love that you have to prove it, right?
Yeah.
It's like a mystery.
Yeah. I mean, after being like in the police force for 29 years, retired and everything.
29 years.
And now I got to take my paper. I used to ask people to take their papers out, and now I got to show mine to show my real name. So it's like the opposite.
Do you miss being a police officer?
No, I did enough. I mean, I've seen it all so many times. I mean, the dark side, all of that, and I miss the gang, like the relationship, because I was a sergeant on patrol, so I had my teammate. I've done enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's really intense work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Psychologically.
Like we're always the first to be in the to interfere, to be like we're the first one on calls on patrol. So it's not like taking care of everything. Then people come afterwards, or detectives or whatsoever. So you gotta take the decisions right now. You see all you don't want to see or whatsoever. I mean,
right? Do you
it's the name of the game.
Right,
I mean,
but do you feel you lose yourself in that position?
I look. It's been a year since I took my retirement in October, 26th of October. I had rough times, just like being from some sort. I don't want to be selfish, but I've been, in a sense, of a hero to zero. I mean, in a sense of being there to help everybody out and everything, and now I don't see anyone, and you're alone and everything. So
right.
It's retirement, I guess. So it means it's a change, and you got to get used to it. So day by day, it will be better. I mean, it's another life too. I mean, you can't have another life and still being a part of the life before.
Do you find that you're now more relaxed, or do you still feel like you have post-traumatic stress from
that is one thing I do not have.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, I am lucky because a lot of my friends have it, and I just lost a partner. Unfortunately, he took his own life a month ago, and today I'm a big brother for his son. He accepted for me to be his big brother.
That is so nice.
So we're in contact every day. I send him pics from here every day, and maybe I'll have to go to.
You want to say hi to him?
Oui. Salut Raphaël, c'est Jean, puis c'est juste pour te dire que je viens d'expliquer que malheureusement la situation qui est arrivée chez toi, puis que j'ai accepté d'être ton grand frère, puis je suis bien content. Fait que c'est ça que je voulais dire, je t'embrasse fort mon grand.
Isn't that amazing? I think we should just keep provoking him to speak like that.
So I mean,
so after this long period, going out there and putting your life in danger, what brought you to journey into becoming Faceless Orphans lead singer?
Okay, well, I remember I wrote my first song, which was for my mother at the time.
Oh, so you're a songwriter too?
Yeah, I did. I do all the. I mean, in our band, I'm the author and the lead singer, so I write all of the lyrics. And I've been into poetry for so long, and the first song I ever wrote was Motherland, because I'm 7 hours away from my family since I was 20 years old.
Oh wow!
This has been a long time.
So you're very independent.
I used to see them like a couple of times a year, and Motherland was a song written when you finish your last graveyard shift at 8 in the morning, and when you're young. Today I have to sleep till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. At the time, I used to write and didn't go to sleep for 2 days, and Motherland was everything that was going through my mind, getting closer to my mom. getting close to her, give her a hug and kisses and everything. So.
Did you play an instrument while you were writing that, or you just wrote?
No, I just wrote it. Usually, because I was in a band before.
Oh, okay.
So my first band, the way I still work today anyway, it's that the guy I work with, I play like guitar, but just I know the chords and everything. I don't play in a band with this, but I have this ear for the sounds and the hooks and everything. So when we make songs and everything, I work with the guys that make the compositions, the music and everything. I do that all the time. So I try to work on it to put like the riffs or ask him a riff or whatsoever. So we work a lot together, and so the music gets more into me because I'm included in it while they write it and everything.
Do you get a sense of you're connecting to somebody out there, or is it very more self-therapeutic?
It's more than that because
define.
Because like in our band, we have 2 guitarists and both make songs, and it's like kind of weird because they let me, or I get into easily into their soul. It's like I feel what they play, the pain they have, the way they play it. Is it like anger? Is it pain? Is it love? It's just by the sound and the way they play it. I know the guys. It's just like I get right through in their soul.
So you're well balanced.
Yeah.
How did you meet them? Like who are your band members?
Well, at the first time I met Francis, is one of the guitarists, through a common friend that he was playing with him. They were making songs, and he asked me, "You should come and hear us," and blah blah.
Blah,
so I
blah.
went, and they had a couple of things, but I saw that he had this. He was good, but there was things missing.
Right.
And confidence a bit and everything, but
and if you have a keen sound, you can.
I mean, it's like in sports. It's like us, hockey is the main sport, and a scout could come and see a guy playing. He's 6 years old. He's, and he's going to say that guy's going to make NHLs when he's going to be a big guy.
Right.
They know it.
Right.
But I had this sense with Francis that he had that he had it. You just needed a couple of things to learn, and man, you got it. Let's go for it. So I just went over there, and through things, came at my place, we did a couple of songs. And we went into the studio to make demos. And then
just the 2 of you?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
We were only 2 at the time. We just put guitar riffs and lyrics, and I sang. And so we sent that I called Mark S. Berry in Toronto, where Mark has worked with Joan Jett, Billy Idol, The Killers. He's worked with Paul McCartney, he did Live and Let Die.
Wow, that was flattering.
Tragically Hip, the Guess Who.
Yeah.
He's done them all. And because I did with my first band or album, I went through promotion distribution. He found us out, and we became friends. So I sent him the demos, and first thing I know, I ride from my place to Ottawa. Then we took the train from Ottawa to Toronto back and forth. Because I think it's 7 hours going and 6 more coming back.
Oh, wow.
We had 3 professional contracts in our hands, and we were only 2 at a time. So we had to find band members to go and record in the studio.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It was like that fast.
Wow,
that was crazy.
Wow.
So that's, at the time, that's how I knew Carl. We were living in the same village, and I knew him. He was a great guitar player, and he was like awesome guy. So I met him up, and I said, listen, I got a couple of songs, and you want to check them out if you want to join the band or something. So he listened to the song, and says, okay, I'm in. And at
Just
the time,
like that.
Yeah, he says, look, I said, look, I got contracts, I got this, the contracts were not signed yet. I had to sign the contracts. I had 3 professional contracts. I had one with for the producing and everything of the record. I mean, the recording. I had one for promotion distribution. I had one with Spotify. I had them like a couple of things, and so we went from there. So he said, okay, he says, I'm in. I show him the contract. He says, okay, I'm in. And at the time, Francis knew Marco, which was originally our drummer. So he got in and stayed for a couple of years. And we went to the studio, did the album, this and that. We're going to make our second album probably, well, in 2020, if everything goes well. We got like 6-7 songs already done. But what happened is that when we went to record the album, we had no bass player.
Wow.
So we played a guy in Toronto, which became a great friend of ours. So he recorded the album with us. So after that, we had a bass player at home.
Well, I have to say, this first album
Yes.
really sounds like this is your 10th
Oh yeah, sure.
It's very empowering and potent. Like, I don't feel there's any hardships between you and your bandmates.
No. We're just like
we're
from a northern town, a mining town nobody knows about. It's called Hawanagado.
Right.
Everybody knows the random mines.
Right.
It's gold mines and copper mines and name it. And it's a close town. Everybody's related, and you know your neighbor. You don't go and knock on his door every day, but you know you're gonna help him out every day or whatsoever. It's really a nice town. That's why I brought my friend also. I brought my great friend with me.
Hi, friend. He's the driver today.
So I mean, he's great. He loves music and everything. So I said, look, man, I'm going to California.
Well, he has to like music,
just take
especially yours, because he's here listening to you.
So I said, just like, look, Joe, we're going to California. This is what you're talking about. Just pack your bags. We're leaving. So we packed our bags and we're here.
He told you.
So that's the way it is. It's just like we have much respect for each other, and we're just like a little family. And there's nobody being a big star or whatsoever. Everybody's doing their job, and we work together. And I think that's the beauty of the band, because nobody has an ego.
Right.
And everybody's like, I ask for everyone in the band, what do you think about this? Do you think we should do this or that? Well, we try everything out. Even if it sounds bad, it's an idea, so we try it out.
How, for this first album, how was the work ethics? Did you guys write it? Did you sit together and go over it, and then the second time apply the instruments? I mean, everybody has a different way.
Everything is done by the guitars. Everything, the compositions are all done usually by the guitarists.
Okay.
Usually. And what they do, they have riffs and everything. So we meet and we try to make, there's different parts in the song. You know, there's the chorus, there's this and that. So there's the bridge. And so we try to split, like every song have something, 3, 4, 5 things different. And then we try to put them all together, what sounds bad. And then we put the lyrics on. Is it long enough? Like in the chorus, no, we should get it. And we're really into alternative music. So what I love a lot is when there's some stops.
Right.
Usually you see in a song changes or just a second to stop. So your ear always listens. Because if you always do the same thing, unconsciously your ears will go off and you start talking to people. You know what I mean? You won't listen to the music anymore. It's like Metallica, when they got their first album out, everybody was like, oh my God, what is this? Speed metal, and it stops, goes back, forth. And I mean, I think a bit of a sense like that. Always something new or something. If it's the same thing, you put another riff and another guitar in it, or the drum pass will change or whatsoever. It's our way that we think we love best, and we do it our way. I mean, I can't say it's a big winning recipe, but we do what we like, and we try to do our best over knowledge.
So what is your favorite song that you...
Well,
where you got
my
this album?
favorite one, for a reason, is about illness. And unfortunately, I caught this, what we call CRPS, as I broke my hand a couple of years ago.
How dare you?
Yeah, so I was playing, because I was what do you call it in our place, a billet. Because a billet is a family pension for hockey players.
I was going to ask, because I don't think everybody would know that.
The junior league, which is the biggest one in Quebec, the Quebec Junior Hockey League, and our town is called the Huskies. And I had players, even though Liam O'Brien plays for the Washington Capitals right now. He plays like American League and National Hockey League.
Nice.
So I have had 4 players at my place in 5 years. So what happened is I was trying to show them I was as good as them, but I broke my hand playing outside hockey.
Good thing you didn't play an instrument.
So that's the main story about it. So unfortunately, it could happen to anyone. It's when you broke a hand or a feet or whatsoever, it's that the nerves are really close on top of it. And what happened, unfortunately, I caught what they call complex regional pain syndrome.
Oh,
it's
that sounds
it's about the nervous system.
Yeah.
So it's just where I'm always in pain, and when you have pain, I mean, you go training. Example, you're stiff for 1 or 2 days, but me, it would be like 3 weeks, but 200%.
Is that considered also with arthritis from that situation?
No, it's just
because I feel
nervous system.
Okay.
It doesn't make the difference when you hurt yourself. Example, it doesn't make me. It's 200%. It doesn't make the figure. Oh, it's 10, 20 or whatsoever. It's just like always. But I mean, you get used to it. You got managed sports you can't do anymore whatsoever.
Right.
So that's why I want to come to my main song, which is Silently in Silence, which is about an illness that comes into you silently in silence and gets into you and tries to control you. It's about CRPS, but a lot of people relate to it as cancer or whatever type of illness.
Right.
But mine, the writing of it, the words and everything, and when I sing it, I mean, I have a lot of anger, frustration about it. For me, it's my main song of the album. For that reason. But I like them all. But that one is a plus. And even when you listen to the sounds, the riff, the guitars, it's heavy, it's hard, it hurts. You see that it hurts.
Well, that's what you want. You want people to feel that pain.
Yes.
The storytelling, so they can connect to it. And I think that's why most musicians inspires and are therapeutic.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
It started off somewhere.
Yeah, it did. You know, and I mean, we'll get into that topic, but it's really something that I feel that people need. You know, because if you didn't play this particular song, somebody who is having a hardship themselves would listen to it and say, oh my God, I relate to this. You saved my life because I was going through a traumatic situation. If I didn't hear this song, I wouldn't save myself. You know, it's those situations you don't really think about. You think, I'm just playing the song, I'm just getting it out there. Some people are, you know, do it for different reasons, for fame or whatever. But if you're doing it to really connect on people on the psychological, and especially you as a police officer saving people's lives, it really coexists.
Yeah, I got it's sure that I have a couple of songs that people always say, do you put what you saw, what you feel, or whatsoever in your music as you were a police officer for 29 years? And the first thing that comes to mind, which is the first song on the album, which is called Sorry, which is about being a police officer. Mm-hmm. It's about trying to get that cover shell that you have on to let go, because you can't have any feelings of what you see and what you have to do or whatsoever. So it's that battle that you have inside to let go of the shield that you have in a relationship or with people, that it can't get through you.
Right.
And Sorry is about that battle that you have within yourself, to let it go, to let people come in right into you. And it's a day-to-day battle. It's a hard battle. And that's what the song explains.
Now, has your other band members written songs that reflect their lives, or do they just allow you to be the emotion?
It's kind of weird, because when they play a riff, we just mumble and do some humming, and then at a certain point, I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I don't know.
Why?
It's just at a point I get like, oh, that part, and just a word or a phrase comes in my mind, like if it was a chorus, and then it comes out, and then it says, okay, that song, what I just said, it's going to talk about that.
Oh, wow.
And then my mind gets into it like right away. It's as simple as that. But I remember when we did Sacred Song, when we did it, and Carl came up to me and says, Johnny, you got to do your homework on this one. I see a shaman.
You'll be tested.
Because we are living with the natives where we are. We're in the northern part of Quebec. The Algonquins, and we have the Crees, we have the Inuits, and he says, look.
Wow, a lot of history.
Yeah, and he says, you got to do something. So I went like a student at school, and he says, okay, shaman, I did all things on the internet trying to look at it. And Sacred Song's about the sweat lodge. So I did, where, you know, the shaman does all of their things and to get into trance, and so it's all about that. So it's a story about the sweat lodge, how it works out, the rocks and everything. So it's Joe's favorite song, by the way.
You can't see it, but he's shaking his head yes.
So I mean, that's the only one I think that if someone asked me something like, I don't care, but I want that, I think it's the only song on the album. But besides that, and sometimes I do something and it says, change it, doesn't sound good or whatsoever. It's just like everybody puts their mind in. What we do at the finish line is everybody's happy with it. That's what counts.
Right.
Nobody is left apart. If they don't like something, we'll try something else. And if, finally I love it, okay, we're fine. But if someone doesn't like it, we don't do it.
Right.
It's a family thing, I mean.
No,
it's not fair.
It's a marriage without the good parts.
Well, it's all good parts.
You said I don't want to know if you're all having sexuality.
No. But I mean, everything is like
it's a family.
Nobody is left like on the
unheard.
side.
Nobody is left unheard. Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I'm happy, or it's just like we don't know the instruments. We'll just like say to the drummer, can you do a tuk 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 instead of tuk tuk tuk? You know, we just taught the instruments. That's
I love that.
I mean, I'm not a drummer, I'm not a bass player, I'm not a guitarist.
You're
a voice.
Ask,
can you try it? Can you put your finger up just one fret, how it sounds? Just one or two frets, the fifth or the seventh.
Do you feel you're learning now an instrument to tune into your...
I get more of hearing it.
Huh. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, and hearing it well and better, and for the voice too, to get more on the note, you know.
Very nice.
And it's now I can more relate. Like if I listen to a song, instead of listening to all of it, I can concentrate myself like just on the rhythm guitar.
Right.
I mean, it could be a huge solo, but I won't even listen to the solo. If I put my mind for the rhythm guitar, because that's where your voice goes with, because he plays the chords, and you got to go on the chords. Because if you listen to a solo, you understand? So I can manage more, better to cut, and whatever I listen to in the song with an instrument, I can like listen only to that instrument. That I couldn't do before.
Wow. So I have a question. What is it like to stand on stage and knowing that out there people really are intently anticipating a song they really like? What does it feel like when they shout or come up? Feel empowered? Do you go into a different mindset?
Well, if you go on YouTube, when we did the coming out.
No, I want to know in person.
No, but I'll explain to you, because I want you saw the video, and if everybody's listening, just go on YouTube and press the song Sorry from Faceless Orphans. When I start to sing the song, there's only the bass in the ground, in the back. And when I sing, that is live. And that is our first show. It's the coming out of the album. We had sold like 700 albums and I think it was 30,000 minutes of listening on Spotify even before we made our first show in our little town.
Oh man.
And you listen, the people are singing the song louder than what I'm singing on the mic.
Do you get confused?
No, it's just that it's like, I can't explain it. It's like, wow, I've touched people.
Yeah, but if they're singing maybe out of tune, does it disrupt you?
No, but I mean, I hear it at that time because there's only one instrument playing.
True,
it's the bass.
and you
It's not like a lead guitar whatsoever.
Right.
So I think it's a major part that I'm really related to the crowd because I can hear it.
Right.
I mean, there's not
and
the
you
drum
have
and
you have great stage performance.
Yes, we did the last show 2 weeks ago, and it was like crazy. We had a huge stage. I was running around, jumping everywhere. And I was remember because there was a band before and everything, so people came to see him play. And I was like looking at the people, and like their mouth were open. It's like, what the hell is this?
Right. But
Are we in California or Rouyn-Noranda? What's going on? Who are those guys? Where are they from? I mean, never heard of them before. And what the hell is this?
And I have to compliment you. You have lost weight. And I have looked at your older pictures.
Yes.
And you have done very well.
Yes. I try to put my,
do you feel it's giving you more strength on stage to sing?
Well, I do. Like, I walk in the wilderness every day. I'm in the snow every day. And
oh, that's a workout.
And I have, if you've seen on pictures, what we call in French rackets, which you put on your feet. They're like 4 feet long with straps on it and everything. So you go in 5 feet of snow and you have it not, it goes to you're really short, so you don't go as deep. So it's a lot of, I do a lot of cardio.
That's
I
very
walk a lot
good.
and everything. So that helps a lot because sometimes I know I jump around and I got to sit to myself, well, you got to stop here because you got to sing that note for like 10 seconds. If you got no air left, it's not going to help you. But there is one thing that I have learned that I did not know, and now I can sing on a note for a minute, is that when I went to see an osteopath, and after wearing a bulletproof vest for so many years.
That's gotta be heavy.
My cage was like trapped.
Oh wow.
It was blocked. Because when you wear that, it's tight, so you don't breathe well. You only breathe softly.
It's like wearing a corset.
Yeah, it's the same thing, but you wear that all the time. So what happens is that when I went there, she opened me up. And sometimes when you get nervous, my body's so used to it, it's like wearing it, you get trapped inside. So I go there every month, and sometimes it closes back, so she's got to open it up again.
Oh man.
And since she's done that, I couldn't understand why I was sometimes dizzy just singing like 5-second song. And now I can do like a minute, and I can watch my watch and have a coffee at the same time,
That's amazing.
So that is one thing that really helped me out, and I didn't know about it. So I've learned a lot in years.
Right.
That has really helped me a lot.
Have you had professional training for your voice, or
yes,
did it just
I took 2 years of classic courses, private classic courses with a professional singer in our hometown. He played in Germany, he played in Austria, he even played for the anthem for the Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, wow.
At the Forum at the time.
Well,
and he's well known. I went to see him in concert. Louis-Antoine Laroche.
You did a good job, dude.
Louis-Antoine Laroche. And he was a teacher, music teacher at high school too. He took his retirement a couple of years ago. So, but I follow him around. He sings into classic music, which I love too.
I do too.
I listen to about everything. And I went to see him
Bach
in concert in
favorite.
Val-d'Or a couple of weeks ago, which is just with an organ player in a church, a cappella.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
What is it like to have an author find inspiration in your music?
Everybody, I am. It's just like sometimes I gotta, just for that, sometimes I always say to myself, I gotta pinch myself. Am I dreaming or what? It's just like, because we're so we're not from California. We're from a little town, even in Quebec, they don't even know where it is because it's up north. I mean, they don't even know where it is sometimes. And we're getting bigger in England, Germany, United States a lot, and a bit in Canada, but US, we're getting bigger and bigger. And
well, your sound relates to the US.
Yes, but just to have it, like, I explained to the guys and everything, like they're scratching their head. Are you like teasing me or fooling around? It's not a joke. And I said, I'm not a joke. I'm going to California. So the guy in the band said, I don't understand. So I show him the pic. I show him the cover of your novel, and I show a pic of you and everything. And they're just like, I got to see it to believe it, because it's like.
In case you don't know, the novel is called Lost and Found, and it was resuscitated by this immensely talented person's voice and the band. Two of the songs just really hit the main characters. So, and they liked the cover?
Yeah, everybody liked everything. But, I mean, we're just like, we can't believe it right now. Everybody loves everything, but we just...
It's real, I'm pitching you.
I know, but I mean, we just like, we got to see it to believe it. It's like, you can't believe it, you know? It's the way we feel, because it's like, I don't know, it's like a slap in the face, a positive, you know?
Well, no, you don't know that there's more options for music. I mean, yes, music is awesome for movies, but it's also a great connection to book readers. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I just think there's more for you guys out there. An opportunity to present.
We work a lot, and what we would like most is like to leave on tour, to go on tour. We try to get.
Where would you like to tour
companies.
first? The States or?
Well, actually, right now there's a company in Arizona which is Smoke and Fire Productions. We applied for a Canada subvention for the federal, and she did everything. And if it works well, we could go on tour for 2 years in the States, all over the States, if it works.
I wish you luck with that.
Yes, but it's pretty hard. I mean, we knock on management doors and everything, but it's pretty hard.
It is
We
hard.
work on it every day. Even today, I got a pic from Holland, from the Netherlands, and I sent an album and a flag and everything, so it's on his wall and everything. He says, I'm doing the music critic on your band tomorrow, and I like your music, from the Netherlands. And I'm like, where did you find me? He heard us, I think, on Spotify, and he found me out on Facebook, and it's like, wow, okay. Now we're in Netherlands. It's like, okay, that's cool.
That is awesome.
So it's a big world, but a small world at the same time.
Right. What will you be doing now? I know you have a couple other interview places. I think C4.
Yeah, C4OC Radio Tuesday with Danny Ray. And we're going back Thursday. We're here for 8 days, so we're flying back Thursday. But from now on, we haven't stopped. I mean, we went to Huntington Beach, we went to Hollywood, we went to Whiskey A Go Go, we went to the Rainbow. Yesterday we were in Venice. So
You've been busy.
Yeah, we've been kind of busy. And last night we're supposed to go shows, but it got canceled. But it doesn't matter because we were dead tired, because there's 3 hours of difference too, eh?
Yeah.
In our
3
country,
hours.
there's a difference of 3 hours, so we got this going on too. Our body has to get used to it.
Right.
But we're on the road. Right?
So where can people find you?
Well, they can find us on Facebook. We even have our facelessorphans.com. We bought our own.com. You can have it on Spotify, YouTube, Twitter. There's Instagram.
Right, there's many
everywhere.
things. I'll drop those
Carl
things
in the
down.
band is he's the one in charge of everything. He's like the guy on computer, which is good at it. I'm the guy with the mouth and the contacts, but he's good at that. The only thing I do is I take care of Facebook too, but I mean, I put pictures on Twitter, but he takes care of Instagram and this and that. But the greatest way, I think, for us to relate directly is Facebook, because we go on Messenger, so we can go all around the world and it's fast.
Right. I really like how you engage your fans with wearing
Yes.
your shirts, and you give them that spotlight.
Yes,
That is
all the
so
time.
kind.
Every time I send something or people buy something, I say, send me a pic and I'll tag you also. So, you know, so I
That's
give them a lot of
amazing.
exposure. And it's good for everyone, because I've got exposures from owners of radios like in England, or DJs, or in Florida for England radios and whatsoever. So I just try to put everything in exposure, and
Yeah.
I want to like give them the spot on the band, like thank you very much. I think for them it's like they're happy because they say, wow, I got something from the band, but they talk to me, or I'm just, wow, I thought it was like they wouldn't talk to me because they're a rock band, or they're stars, rock stars, or whatsoever. For us, it's not like that. It's that we won't be nothing if we don't have the fans, so we try to say thank you, and I think it's a good way to thank them.
Well, yeah, but especially when you come from a closed community,
Yes.
you're used to being with your neighbor, and you
Yes.
treat your fans like a neighbor.
That's it.
Well, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your time in California. Say goodbye in French.
Au revoir les amis, et un gros merci encore, ça fait chaud au cœur. À la prochaine. Bonne soirée.
I will be posting all the links that he stated for Faceless Orphans. Go support, watch their growth into their second album.
There's a sad sort of clanging from the clock in the hall, and the bells in the steeple too. And up in the nursery an absurd little bird is popping out to say cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Regretfully they tell us, but firmly they compel us to say goodbye to you.